Hello? Oh my god, what is wrong with the camera? I look like a weird painting from the 60s. What is this? Look, you can see my hat. My hat's going back and forth. What in the hell? What in tarnations? Let's see. We should probably fix this. How do I fix this? This is a good way to start. This is a good way to kick off this final stream. Oh my god. There, I fixed it. Alright. Alright, we fixed it. My lamp is very wobbly. Just the camera. Okie doke. Alright, so. So today we are. This is going to be the last stream of the IGN project. We have this one wall here. This is like a corner wall. It's like a diagonal, and it has an illuminated IGN sign on it. This thing is just like placeholder, but this is like a 3D sign. It has a giant 80-inch TV on it, and what we're doing is because on either side of this are sorry, I'm listening to a Dota tournament. It's distracting me. On either side of this are glass walls, so it's not directly connected to any of the other illustrations, but we still wanted there to be some through line on this wall. So anyway, this is all a really bad way of saying that what you can see, you see these like edges bleeding off. This is a racetrack, and so on the edges bleeding off here, you'll see this side, and then the racetrack bleeds onto this side. So there's still some connective tissue between these things, even though the walls aren't like jammed up right next to each other. And the racing game that we want to do, IGN and I want to do, is Wipeout. Which is great because I love Wipeout. I've been playing Wipeout since the original PlayStation. I spent a lot of time looking at that packaging and stuff. It's nice. It's well designed. Hold on, I'm gonna unwrap my banana like a Christmas present, like an organic Christmas present. I don't like that I said it either. All right, so Wipeout. I think that I'm just going to build it on this wall. I'll just copy these like overhanging edges onto their respective things when I'm done. Well, I mean, in my defense, I'm here to do my work, not look at icons. So sorry, not sorry. And I'm here to eat the bananas. all of these things. I don't think I'm being rude, but okay. Is that straight? I don't feel like that's straight. I don't think I did not count my nudges correctly. Yeah, I did not count my nudges correctly. Now it's not straight. Damn it. All right. Never lose track of your nudges. It's a road to sadness. Let's see. Okay, so we'll do that. And I don't want to outline this road yet, but when I do, I can actually align that versus like fake aligning it like it is right now. Let's see, I'm just gonna put this on its own layer. We'll write it correctly. Wipe out with a capital E. Mm-hmm. All right, so or maybe I do have to outline it first. I'm gonna copy it just in case. Oh boy, let's see. All right, I'm gonna outline this. Path, outline stroke. All right, and it is like, I mean, all of Wipeout's tracks, I guess they don't all float, but this one will float. They all float down here. Let's see. I'm gonna see, we'll make this slightly smaller. Oh, the shadow's gonna have to change colors a bunch as it goes across different landforms. It's not the end of the world. Let's see. Oh, all right, moving right along. Hey, Leah, how's it going? How are you? How are you today? Let's see. What's locked and what isn't? This is the age-old question. I wish I could put chat in sub mode. I wish that people were able to subscribe, but they're not. There should be a Patreon sub mode. I know today we had talked about I talked about doing Patreon people. I had put up. Let's see if I can find it here. Can I find it quickly? Probably not, because I can never find anything quickly when I need to. Let's see. So I put up these sketches on Patreon to get some feedback on what this month's print is going to be. I guess it's this month's. It's always kind of weird because it's like this month's, but it doesn't go out until next month. It's like a super slow magazine. You always get those a month early. You get this a month late. And I put out some robots and asked for people's feedback. Just as kind of a way to like include Patreon people a little more in the process of these prints, other than saying, do you want this or do you want this? Which isn't really, like, it's not really interesting. So getting feedback, letting me know what people like, what they don't like. Felt like a fun way to do this. So I did that, and the consensus seemed to be people liked the people like the floating like robot head things in a fishbowl. What I think of as a fishbowl. I guess it's not actually a fishbowl. But then said that they would miss the little cute faces in the other ones. So what I ended up sketching was a fishbowl dude, like a bust of a fishbowl robot with a little helper guy that just hangs out over his shoulder and has a little cute face. We were gonna work on that today, but as I saw the deadline for this creeping up, I was like, yeah, we should probably work on IGN today, and we will save that until next week when this project is wrapped. All right, so did I shrink this too much? I guess the shadow can, like, it could show like the track raising up and down at different parts. That's a little, no, it's not tough to implement. It's just, I don't know. It's the kind of thing where I want to spend a lot of time on some stuff, but I also have to keep in mind that other people are not going to be looking at these things as obsessively as I might. Too many layers. Okay. Bunch of little decapitated BB-8s. Whoops. Okay. Let's see. So, look at that. It looks like a shadow now. It looked like garbage before, but now it looks like a shadow. I did it. Okay, so I think that the tricky thing, one of the tricky things, will be making these little wipeout things. So if the track is that thick, like the wipeout cars can't be huge, you know? Hey, Ollie, thank you. Thank you. It's intense. I won't go through the whole thing, but we can zoom out to see what the whole thing. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. And it's got to be to the printer on Tuesday. So Tuesday is pencils down. And I'll probably spend a lot of Tuesday just prepping the final files for the printer. I mean, this is a nice thing where it's vector. I've got to make it double size or half size from the final things. So it'll be a lot of cutting these up, making sure there's the appropriate amount of bleed, which turns out to be a 1/2 inch. These things are large enough that they require a 1/2 inch of bleed. Let's see. Will I integrate some Wipeout Fusion logos? Probably not. I don't think I can. I think that will be playing a little too closely to copyrighted stuff. I have. Let's see, what Mac do I have? I have a 15-inch Retina MacBook with a 27-inch Thunderbolt display. This file, I don't think this file is very large. The final file will probably be pretty big. How big is this file? Let's see. This is 6.3 megs, which I guess is big for an Illustrator file. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's see. We'll use this as reference. I think 27 inches is good. I think I could even go up to 30. Alright, so basically, let's see. The nice thing is that these ships are all like simple shapes, so they should translate pretty well to this style. Let's see, I'm gonna grab this. My 27-inch monitor is you can see where my hand is. It's about an arm's length. I think that's always the recommended distance that a monitor should be from you. curved up the bottom. Yeah, now it feels more. No, I cannot. I can't do any conversions of anything. Let's see here. This looks like some kind of shitty shoe. It's a bad shoe. $11.25? No. I think that's 22.5. Wonder how much I have to differentiate the parts of this ship. Oh, you're being generous. I'm older than that. It's because on the stream camera you can't see all my gray hair. I did book my own tickets like an adult. How dare you? How dare you, Leah? How dare you? Ban from chat. Nightbot, ban Leah. That'll work. I'm not that old. That old. I mean, I guess I might as well be 32. I turned 32 in the beginning of June. Not too far away. Look at those shapes. Look at all those beautiful shapes making that thing up. Okay, so the question is, I haven't really had an element that crosses different colors, different sections like this. Usually each area is restricted to like 2 colors, like the primary land color and then whatever accent color is used for the elements in it. But since this one is jumping around different areas, does the track change? If the track changes, That's a free from sin. The original sin of chit chat, of Twitch chat. Oh boy, let's see. I think the track could stay one color, but each ship be a different land color. That's a pretty good thought. I mean, I can play a little more fast and loose with this one because it's like its own unique wall that's like separate from everything else. And since it has glass on both sides, like the other walls will be a distance from the viewer. So in some ways, this wall should have everything. That this is like a spokesman for all the other elements, all the other walls. This wall is a spokesman. It is a well-spoken wall. Okay, so hey, Frankie. Oh, awesome. I'm glad that Star Deck arrived safely. No doubt shipped to you by my beautiful and much more intelligent than I wife. Megs, as evidenced by that sentence that I just made. Megs handles all the shipping here at Lunar Saloon. Lord knows if I was in charge of shipping things, and people would get them much later. All right. I'm just going to merge all these shapes. I'm going to commit to the shapes. Yeah, Megs would walk in and everything would be on fire. Megs does not do design in. Yeah, I used the spreadsheet for a while. Megs. What did you say? Well, I was using it, and those formulas were not working in that spreadsheet. BT dubs. What? It's not my job to let you know. But I mean, it's okay because I've been working on this full time. We're talking about keeping track of hours. on different projects, but I've been working on this project full time. So, someone asked Moose. This is not for a game. This is for this is IGN's E3 booth that we are making. So that's what's happening right now. The game of real life, the only thing that matters. Oh, that's cool. Working on E3 things. Last year, I guess I worked on this, and then I made a cover for Game Informer. It wasn't a thing at E3, but it was an E3 thing. Yes. We do have plans to flesh out the world that we created in Stardeck. And that is as much as I will commit to. I don't know why I'm rude for ignoring links. There is nowhere in the fine print of this stream anything that obligates me to look at any links in chat. Let's see. So we have the wipeout track. I already have like 500 layers. What's another one to the pile here? Wipeout ships? Are they ships? They're not cars. We'll say they're ships. We had actually one of the ideas that Megs had tossed around was on every reprint of Stardeck that we would change the Queen of Hearts so that she is imitating another card. So right now I think she's imitating the Queen of Diamonds. I had to think about it. It's been a while since I made those. And that she would imitate a different character. So maybe she doesn't even look like a queen. I think it would be fun. That's all Megs. Megs comes up with the best ideas. So that's why when people say, like, is Megs a designer? And I'm like, well, no, but that doesn't really mean anything. She still comes up with the best ideas. You're right. The game of real life is all of those things. All right, so we got one ship there. That ship is gonna be right there, I think. Okay. I guess I can make a top-down ship. And some of these can kind of... Ooh, the top-down ship, I can do one of these, like, weird two things. The two things in front. Old two things. Yeah, person critiques other people's work without ever actually making anything. It does make her an art director. The weird two thing. Look. Look at these. There's multiple two things here. Why do I stream? I stream so that hopefully... I guess I started streaming because I wanted people to hopefully learn some... Because, you just, accumulate things, over the years of making stuff, and you don't even really think about what you've learned, and it becomes hard to articulate sometimes. And so streaming felt like a good way where I could just make stuff and kind of talk about what I was making as I'm making it. And hopefully people will learn something during the stream that took me years to figure out, whether it's some stupid shortcut in Illustrator or a way of approaching a project or a process that I use or something. And so the whole hope was that I could save other people the time that it took me to learn stuff. And to teach everyone how stupid the blend tool is. Fuck the blend tool. I did not copy this onto the wipeout chips layer. God, now I don't know which layer it's in. Oh my god. This is... Alright. You're coming with me to the wipeout chips layer. Hey, that's awesome, Frankie. That's good to hear. Thanks. I do teach a class at a college of art and design, but it's just one class in the summer, and it's in their post-baccalaureate program, which is great because I teach people that are like my age or older, and so I don't have to deal with any like discipline stuff or anything. Like everyone's paying money to be there. I would imagine most of them are paying their own money, so they're already invested in it. Someone followed. Let's see. Caleb Talks. Thanks for following. Caleb Talks. Is Talks your last name, or is that just something you do? Like, could it be Caleb Walks? Caleb Listens? What kind of quality are they? They're the best quality cards that you can get from the United States Playing Card Company. They're like an air cushion paper, so they have like a slickness to them, and they slide around on top of each other real easily. I just made a slide around gesture with my left hand that you can't see. But can you hear it? Can you hear it? Fucking sliding around. Yep. It's all of those things. It's everything Chabello says and more. Yeah. They're super slidey, and then as you use them more, they'll get like worn in and, you know, kind of settle into something a little less intense. A less intense slide, I guess. You want to talk paper? We're going to talk paper? Let me go get my sample books. We can all talk paper. Sit around, shoot the paper shit. Look at this. Here's something you're going to learn. Maybe not. You probably won't learn anything from the stream. You can select something. See this? I made this new shape, and look at this wonky box. I don't want that. So you can right click on it. You can go to transform, and you can reset that bounding box, and it makes it a square again. It makes it lovely. This is not the Enterprise. Get out of here. It's a 2 thing. I'm making a 2 thing. You know that. Let's see. This 2 thing doesn't look like any of the other 2 things. I'm making a pod racer. What did Alex do when got to the shape builder section? What does that mean? What's that? What's the shape builder section? We're on the same page, Ollie. I'll put 2 engines in front of it here. Now it's definitely a pod racer. Or a really weird smiley face. Yep, we ship everywhere. Finland, Germany, France. Everywhere. I don't like the butt of this. Let's see. Well, I guess a lot of these ships, let's see. I mean, the thing kind of sits in between the 2 things. Maybe I did this. I think I did a dumb thing. I think I built this a dumb way. Well, not the same price to ship. You can go. Why are you asking me these things? Go to the store and and look. I have not used the shape builder. I tried to use the shape builder. I think I tried to use the shape builder, and it didn't seem as accurate as I would have liked. Does that make sense? I don't remember exactly what I'm talking about, but that feels like the issue that I had with it. That's what I remember. And if that doesn't make sense, then I've just completely forgotten why I don't use the shape builder. But there was a reason. Oh, yeah. I run into that when I'm like, when you have like 2 shapes that like have the same curve on them, and you'll like cut one shape out of the other, and it'll just put so many anchor points like all along that curve, and it looks terrible. It's a perfectly smooth curve, but it makes me crazy when that happens. It's making me crazy. Let's see, how wide is this? I'm gonna make sure this thing doesn't get like as wide as the track. Okay. I don't fix that. I just let it be a sad thing that I hate and live with. I grit my teeth and bear it and live with it. I just die a little more on the inside every time. Let's see here. You thought you were the only one that just deals with it? Nope, there are dozens of us. Yeah, what is that? Really great 2 thing you've made here, Alex. Bye, Jugert. Maybe see you next time, and maybe you will be less trolly. Yeah, there's always like a couple minutes where I'm like, I can figure this out. I can do this. And then I can't, and I just have to give up. Let's see here. Megs, that does not look like a Kirby face. How is this? See, this is what I'm talking about. Megs is not a designer. I see 2 eyes and lipstick. I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you too, Ryan. Also, hi, Ryan. Let's see. I can't ignore you. Even though I'm not ignoring you by acknowledging what you just said to me. The front of this thing kind of sucks. It looks like a gross red condom. Okay. Let's look at our. I think it's because I tried to be lazy when I made it. I tried to be lazy, and look where it got me. Let's see. Let's see, will it be better with a more dramatic angle here? The angle is so dramatic. Oh, God. I'm never gonna live the sour cream ghost down. How do the two things connect to the ship? They just have like arms. It's just like they're just okay. I see. Except this one, that looks like it's floating. Okay, so the thing is we're kind of limited by how much space we have, but I think I can still. Well, that helps if I put the round part on the top, I think. Let's see. Yeah, well, Wipeout Fury on PS3 was really good too. I can assure you I have no interest in sneaking. Prequel references into my work. Offsetting paths all day, every day. Alex, what do you do for a living? I offset paths. I offset paths and I answer emails. Why? What do you do? Okay. So yeah, I remember one time, I guess I learned early on that trying to explain your job to most people is futile. Feudal Japan. Most of the time, trying to explain your job to people is feudal Japan. My grandmother, my dad's mom, asked what I was going to school for, and I was talking with her about what I was going to school for, and she was like, "What exactly is that?" And I told her that I was going to school for design, which she should have understood because her son was a designer. And so at that point, it was like, okay, I think some people, they're just not going to get it. That's fine. I wonder, this is just going to make it wider. It would make it better, but I don't know that I can afford this to be any wider than it already is. Just because the track. Yeah, my dad is well, I mean, wasn't until recently that designers started segmenting themselves off into UI, UX, logo, brands, product, all the different kinds of designers. He's a designer, straight up, and he's a freelance designer in Kentucky, and he's been a freelance designer ever since I was born. And he hasn't really done a lot of design work recently. He does more and more often. He's been doing a lot of sculpture work. So you want to just look? Let's see. I think his website is richgrenling.com. Yes. Sculpture commissions 2000, 2012, 2010. He needs to update his site. I feel like he's done some more stuff since then. But can I make this bigger? I'll just zoom in. So he made like a series of like bronze sculptures and etched big marble slabs for this veteran memorial. And he's just been doing kind of more and more of this kind of stuff. He did all these like little playful little light sculptures that are fun. I think this is like a PVC material that you can heat up and then kind of mold to be whatever shape you want. It just becomes really malleable when it's hot. And yeah, look at that. That's fun. But yeah, I mean, he's been doing, let's see, where's his early works? He did these like mock-up Time magazine. Hey, look, Nixon melting. That's an appropriate thing to look at right now. He was a courtroom sketch artist for a while. He did these amazing illustrations for KFC a long time ago. You can tell, I guess it's when Empire Strikes Back was coming out. So all these Star Wars characters is chickens, or I guess with chicken features. It's really good. He designed the house that I grew up in, but he like designed other houses that he didn't end up building. These are like studies that he was doing for our house. This is a giant 20-foot wide plush ceiling fan that makes like one rotation every 5 minutes or something. Sculpture. Waiter, there's a head in my soup. My dad's made some fun shit, y'all. This is his functional painting, which we have in our house. We have one of these. He made a bunch of these. He hates Ohio. This painting is called Ohio. I always wanted to do one of the United States with like, instead of the Gulf of Mexico, you have the Gulf of Texas, and just call that painting a more perfect union. This is another one of the houses that he designed, little models. I know it had an observatory on the tip. Here's the inside of it. It's pretty cool. I've never made anything like this. I don't even know what would go into it. But yeah, so Pop's done a lot of different stuff. Logo designs for businesses around Elizabethtown, where I grew up. I think somewhere on here is the house. There's Pop, one of his bronze sculptures. This one was modeled after his father. Somewhere is the house. Here it is. So, this is the house. It's like built into a hill. This is in Kentucky. That's where I grew up. This is old. Now the roof has a bunch of solar panels on it and everything. It's like totally... He never will have to pay an electric bill again. But yeah, built very much in like the style of like a Frank Lloyd Wright home. It has a fountain in it. There were fish in that fountain when I was a kid, but they died. Rest in peace, fish. Framed with concrete and golems. Framed with concrete and preciouses. But yeah, it's a big open house. It has a giant spiral staircase in it. You can see that staircase. I guess they shipped that to the construction site in a single piece, which is kind of cool. And then they installed it. Yeah. There were two 20-foot straws out in front of the house for years and years and years. But then a storm came and knocked them over. You can see them in the distance there. Concrete and golems. Yeah. So that's home. Here's his workshop with all these heads that he's cast. Just It looks like they're just like horrible murder trophies just up on the wall. And now I am doomed to the same design creative fate. Oh no, let's see here. All right. We made a 2 thing. Oh god, it took too long. Let's see. All right, so what are some other little things I can put on this track here? Wipeout track. All right, so we're gonna group that up together. Yeah, the speed and weapon pads, like that's the kind of stuff that I want to look at and see. Whip out. Whip out track. What's a whip out? Okay, let's see. Wipeout track, speed. Trying to Google search this game is a nightmare. Because you get stuff like this, not people wiping out. I want the video game wipeout. Son of a bitch. Weapon pickup, weapon power up. There, you have an X that slows you down, right? And then a little speed things. Okay. Yeah, I sometimes forget to include the word game, which would be helpful. I wish it were. What happens if I like... Yeah, it's better. Okay. That's effing better. I need to cut back on the... how often I just casually curse. It's no use. Let's see. All right, enjoy your X-Files episode. Original X-Files? While you're leaving. I won't inundate you with questions on your way out. Let's see. Yeah, I've zoomed out and shown everyone. I can zoom out and show. I'm not going to go into like crazy detail with stuff, but I will zoom out so you can see it all. I just gotta figure this damn thing out. Maybe I just say, hey, it's from top down. Yeah, so this wall is like the corner wall, and I won't explain it all, but yeah, the whole thing where I'm still going through and like adding little hidden things in there, making changes like adding little fields of tall grass to the Pokemon area. Making Mortal Kombat area a little more recognizable. Doing changes like that. Just kind of like I need to add like a water, like you see like over here. You have all these like little water bits and everything. I need to add more water throughout this. And yeah, so you can see here like the wipeout track will bleed onto these two parts of the map. It kind of serves as a way to join them up, even though they're not going to be real close to each other. So yeah, that's where it's at. I have not done Willow Blend yet. I think I'll save will it blend until we're all done with it, which will be next week. And we'll see how that turns out. God, that's gonna be. It might break the computer. I don't know. We'll find out. Will it blend? Yeah, hi Andrew. It has been a while. We're back to streaming pretty regularly now. Now that I have my Patreon all set up. I'm just laughing about the Willow Blend Festival. Let's see, wait. That cockpit doesn't really look right. Why does it not look right? You think we can rent a Watson server? Why does that looks not good? There we go. That looks better. I don't think this angle works. Yeah, that perspective doesn't really work when you rotate it. Maybe I should not make that shape quite so literally. Maybe it should just be a half triangle rather than have these like angles, making it more complex. Let's see. People will get it. Chat is so quiet today. Guess I should have known better to do this last stream on a Friday. Fridays are usually pretty slow around here. Everyone's geared up for the weekend. No one wants to spend time on a stream. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's fine. You already guessed. I already told you what my age was. You all know now. Cat's out of the bag. Guess chat's age. What the median ages of all of chat. I guess I could add a jump, couldn't I? We could add, let's see. I don't know if this is worth it. We'll see. We have other bigger fish to fry on this map before I start getting cute with little details like that. Thanks. I'm glad you recognized it. These tracks that are built among cities are always so weird to me because it's like when has a racetrack ever been built into a city like that? Unless that city is super into racing. Super into racing. Like Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s hometown into racing. I don't think I've ever played. I played the Vita one a little bit when it first came out, but I did not own a Vita at the time, so I didn't ever spend. That was like Wipeout 2048. Eh. Yep, 31 years left. I gotta come up with something to make this track a little more interesting. In the meantime, let's populate the area behind it with stuff. Let's see. So just a background to that. I'm not going to spend too much time going insane with like making new things and coloring and all that. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff I could put behind it. The thing is, I can't make it like a lot higher fidelity than the rest of the work. Yeah, maybe some explosions might be good. Actually, I made this a beach shore and then forgot. So let's take some of that stuff, put it over here. Oh yeah, I remember roll cage. I think that, like, when did roll cage come out? Let's see. I know I definitely owned Roll Cage. 1999. Yeah, I feel like that's like that perfect age where sometimes you're too stupid to realize if something is bad or not. Now I'm just watching gameplay of Roll Cage. A new game came out that's like has the same type of vehicles as Roll Cage. I have not played it. It has good reviews on Steam. The sense of speed is pretty good on this. Well, the person just totally wiped out. Three hundred, 340 kilometers per hour. I mean, it looks fast. I don't know that it's that fast. What is that new Roll Cage game? Roll Cage spiritual successor. Grip. That's what it is. Yeah, it's an early access game, but right now it's sitting at very positive, and like it looks good. Look at that. Looks neat. But Lord knows I don't even have time to play the games that I own, let alone get new ones. I think Rex turned out all right. I'd still like to give his railgun a little bit of love, but in time. Yep, that's Midgar, the Final Fantasy train. And then there's a little church with a broken roof right next to it. It's San Jose Giants. I lived in South Bay for a while when I worked at Google, and the San Jose Giants are the minor league team. They're like the farm team for the San Francisco Giants. Megs and I used to go to their games a lot. Well, not a lot, I guess. An appropriate number of times. We weren't like nuts, but it's like $13 to sit behind home plate. Wasn't that bad. I think people ask because it looks like a San Francisco Giants hat at a glance, but then it's like, that is not a symbol that I recognize. So I think it just kind of throws people for a loop. Oh God, I can't imagine what that's like on game day. When it's like a Vikings game day or something. Here in Minneapolis, I don't even like to be like within a mile of the stadium. Great Scots. Son of a gun. God. Frankie, it's time to leave. You gotta find a new home for yourself. Look at this. Look. This is the kind of crap that I was talking about earlier. These two shapes, you put them on top of each other and subtract it. And I mean, they should be the exact same shape, but Illustrator freaks out and does this. It's so frustrating. And so you have to like spend a bunch of time like cleaning things up or like changing the shape. It's really annoying. So we'll just make sure that this is much... What the hell is that? Why did it... What? We're making the prettiest shape. Okay, now we can cut it out. There we go. I copied it down here, so just move it up. Solid land base. There we go. Oh, 4:48. 12 more minutes. 12 more minutes of work. And it's the weekend. My friend is having a birthday party tonight, but it doesn't start until 8. I'm such an old man. It's so late. It's too late. It's too late for a birthday. Can't it start at like 5:30? Just gorge on video games before I go. Just really get my fill. Yeah, 3 hours of Dota can go pretty fast. I like Dota because it like requires a lot of focus and attention, so you can't like think about other crap. You can't think about how the world is turning to shit while you're playing it because you have to focus all your attention on it. But yeah, since games can last like over an hour, then yeah, 3 hours can go by pretty quickly. I've never played Civ. I think every Civ is the one where Gandhi's a dick to everyone. And from what I know about Civ, this is why I nuked Gandhi. Uh, Boo. This map is gonna be a nightmare to like proofread, so to speak. And since I can't trust that the TV will be placed exactly where I mark it, I have to go ahead and build out everything behind the TV just to be safe. I'll at least get the shadows for this squared away before calling it a weekend. That way I can kind of start in a good place on Monday. Made a shadow. I did it. Also found out this has to have a half inch of bleed around the corner, around all the edges. I was talking last time, I think, about the ridiculous amount of bleed on these. Oh boy. It's almost done. Oh, it's almost done. And then I get to do all the technical stuff of cleaning it up for the final printer file, making sure all of the lines are outlined so they don't get like messed up when it gets scaled. All that stuff. I still got proofing to do. I got my proofreading to do. The way that I proofread this stuff is probably really stupid and back-ass words, but it works for me, which is I look over an area and I go, this area is good. Let's see. Well, here, I'll show you. I make a checking layer up here just because there's so much stuff to look at. Like, you really have to slow down. So I make a proofing layer and I put red over. So when I look over this area and make sure it's good, then I'll just put red over it and then just kind of go through the whole thing that way. Just to make sure there aren't any like glaring errors or things overlapping where they shouldn't be overlapping, stuff like that. This file is about 7 gigs now. It's a big boy. So, that's what we got. Depending on what work I have on Tuesday, this file has to be to the printer on Tuesday. So this might be the last you see of it. I might do some of that proofreading that I was just talking about on stream. Be kind of beneficial to do it on stream because then I get a bunch of eyes looking at it rather than just my own two. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. With all due respect to the work that I did last year, like, I think that this one blows that one out of the water. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that this year's was... last year it was like I was doing the E3 booth, and then I had to design some t-shirts for it, and like a logo, and like there was like a lot of other elements, so I couldn't just spend all my time focused on one part of it like I could this time, where I was able to spend my time focused solely on illustrating this. So that was great. And I'm going to E3, so we'll get some good shots of this, which will be really exciting, and I can go around and give people my business card and say, hello, I made that thing over there. It's kind of neat. Yeah, it'll be good. I'm excited. So everyone, thank you. Thanks, Ollie. Thank you for the kind words. yeah, that's it. Everyone, have a great weekend. Super good weekend. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you back here on Tuesday, our regular stream day. And just stay cool until then. God, that's something you write in a yearbook when you're in 8th grade. I'm done. Bye, everyone. Thanks.